Zoom in. Legacy game.
What is his legacy?
Legacy game for Mac Jones.
What is his legacy? Throwing picks?
Things were in 2008 and we're not. We suck. We suck. Genuinely. We are trash. It's fraudulent. Fraudulent.
Supposed to be Lamar last week. It could have been so.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the sports show. I'm Richie. Joining me,
I
as
love
always,
that jersey.
is Chantz and Elgin to my left. And yes, I'm wearing trash today. The trash that beat my team. Yeah, I lost the bet, so I'm wearing the Bills jersey. You know, we talked about it, but
Is it a
today,
nice jersey?
It's not a bad jersey. It's not a
Oh,
bad jersey. And I got Dalton
gotcha,
Kincaid on my
gotcha.
fantasy team. So, you know, if it was going to be anyone, it wasn't going to be Josh Allen. And it definitely wasn't going to be Von Miller. So, you know, I'm not mad at it. But today, we're not talking about our teams. I mean, we will in a little bit. But we start off tonight, Thursday Night Football. We're going to get a certified Elgin rant, certified Elgin prediction.
me.
Patriots at Jets. Elgin, what do we got?
Ho. Let me tell you, I've been waiting for this game. I want to beat this team so bad. I don't think you want. Listen, I don't mind losing to you guys. I don't mind losing to you guys. I mind losing to the Jets. I hate the Jets. That is my least favorite. That's my worst team. I hate them. I hate them so god darn much.
And
Listen,
they barely beat you. Wasn't last year the first time they beat you guys?
the first
Yeah.
time they beat us in 16 games. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I'm letting you know that I just don't want these Jets. I don't want these Jets to win this game. I want the Patriots to blow them out. But realistically, they're probably not going to blow them out. But I'm going to take the Patriots here. I'm going to take the Patriots in a very low-scoring game. We're a type of team that's going to keep it low-scoring. So I'm going to say final score 20-17 Patriots.
So I feel like this is similar to the Bills-Dolphins game in a sense of like who needs it. The Bills, aka the Patriots, I don't feel like they need it as much as the Jets do right now. The Jets, this is their season, man. This is a season they've been waiting for. This is a season that they need. They need to beat a team like the Patriots. And the Patriots have been thriving, and I agree. I think they've been thriving pretty well. They're scary. If I'm facing them, I'm scared. I'm not going to lie. But this has been my one game that, like, I can't choose a winner. Like, I'm so in the middle right now. But if I had to choose one, I'm going to go by the Jets with just a field goal. I'm going to say, like, 20-23.
Okay. I agree with both you guys, with what you guys saying. Yeah, the Patriots kind of did shock a lot of people to start to the year. I mean, Cincinnati, that was one. I feel like if you could predict an upset, that would be the one because Cincinnati does not start off their season strong. But they played Seattle tough in Seattle last week. So it was in Seattle? Oh, no, it was in New England.
It was in Seattle.
Oh, well, they played Seattle tough in Seattle.
Their coaches working them.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure. And I didn't think Jared Mayo was going to do great right off the rip.
Me neither.
And yes, but they're taking on the Jets, but as long as I live, there's always going to be that motto in my mind. Jets are going to jet. This is the most typical game for the Jets to lose, and I think it's going to be like an embarrassing loss. Not a blowout kind of loss, but like we had it. I think it's going to be 17-13 Patriots, Ramondre Stevenson legacy game. I'm calling it.
Another legacy game?
Another legacy game for Ramondre Stevenson.
Legacy game, Ramondre Stevenson. By the way, the Jets fans tell me, oh, Bryce Hall's better. Ramondre Stevenson's outperforming Bryce Hall in the stat category. Oh, wait.
Bryce?
Hunter Henry has
Isn't that
more.
Bryce Hall, the YouTube boxer guy?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Bryce. Yeah, it's Bryce Hall.
Brees Hall.
Brees Hall, yeah. But Brees Hall,
He did take his nap.
by the
though.
way, Hunter Henry is out receiving Garrett Wilson as well. So Hunter Henry is currently the number one, the leading receiver in our division, 137 yards. Actually, no, that's a lie. He's right behind Tyreek Hill. I forgot. So that is.
Wow.
So yeah, I have the Patriots embarrassing these Jets, telling the Jets that this ain't their year. Rodgers is bye-bye.
All right,
To
so
be
we got
fair-
all three going for the Patriots.
To be fair,
He went for the Jets.
Oh,
I'm going to actually change that, and I'm going to say 3-point difference on the Patriots. I'm just going to stick with the Patriots because
okay.
I can't.
3-0.
But to be fair, what Aaron Rodgers does and what Josh Allen does is spread the ball. So I'm not surprised he has the most yards because I think once May gets in, he's going to do the same thing. But Brissett, all he's going to do is target their best guy, which in my opinion is Henry.
All right, so now we start off with the Sunday slate of games. The first game we're going to look at is between the Chargers and the Steelers. Now, this game is really interesting to me. The Steelers somehow won their first two games with very little offense. Very little offense. Whereas the Chargers, the Chargers, they're coming off a really big win against the Carolina Panthers. And before that, they had a little bit of a sluggish win, but it was a good win overall against the Las Vegas Raiders. This game is going to be in Pittsburgh, and I feel like if there's any win for the Steelers to muster out, this reminds me of their first two games. I think their defense is going to hold it down. Herbert's good. Herbert can make plays, but it's going to be weird. And the Steelers are a weird team to pick against, and I feel like they're going to blow a game that they should definitely win, and this might be it. But I think they're going to beat the Chargers by – it's going to be another low-scoring game. I can't see either team putting up over 20 points. 17-16 Steelers.
You ready for this?
I'm ready for it.
Quentin Johnson's legacy game.
Uh-oh.
I'm calling it right now. Quentin Johnson is going to show you why he should have got drafted where he got drafted. You know, last year was a fluke. He is going to have the best, I'm saying like 150 yards, 2 touchdown type game from him. And on top of that, I don't think the Steelers are that good. Their defense is good, but I don't know where they're getting it. It's kind of, I find it insane. It's a good team. I'll give it to them. So I think the Chargers are going to win 27-13.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. This is a very interesting game to me for as well. These teams, I think, are very similar in star power, but honestly, the Steelers just get it done all the time. I don't know how they get it done. They just get it done. They played a pretty lackluster games. Justin Fields threw his first touchdown pass, actually, against the Broncos, and they beat the Broncos 13-6. Not a great game, but honestly, I think this is where the Steelers. This is a game that I think the Steelers should lose. I think the Chargers should beat them, but I think the Steelers are going to somehow win this game. They always do. The Steelers somehow start always hot. No idea why. So I'm going to take the Steelers. I'm going to take the Steelers in a very low scoring game. I'm going to have the Steelers 13-10.
Fair enough. All right.
That's
Up next is actually a really exciting game. Two undefeated squads so far between the Texans and the Vikings in Minnesota. It's hard to pick against these Vikings right now. It really is. I think they're going to come back down to earth soon.
Mm-mm.
You don't think so? I think with the team in front of them, this is a chance that they have. And I think they're going to win this game against Houston. Now, this might be a little weird. I like C.J. Stroud. I love what's going on in Houston right now. They did look a little shaky on Sunday night against Chicago. Just a little shaky. And then they had that close Week 1 game as well. The Vikings are excelling. They're putting their offense together right now. And I think they're going to run away with this one. I think it's going to be close, but I think it's going to end up one-possession game, one-possession win for Minnesota, 27-33.
So I have two things I want to bring up on this. The Vikings, the problem with them year after year was their offensive line. The one thing that Sam Darnold, I would say, could do more than what Kirk Cousins was scramble a little bit more outside the pocket, yada, 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 or even inside the pocket to where he could just pass. So he has a competent offense, and unlike the Texans right now, he has a pretty decent offensive line. So I think the Vikings are going to keep winning. It's really going to take like a solid top 5 team to beat them. That's what I think, at least. And so, I mean, I like the Texans, but they look all right as a sense of an offense playing book. So I'm going to have the Vikings winning 21-17.
21-17? Okay.
This game, listen, Sam Darnold is still on his Linsanity run as usual. He'll start off really hot, win 3 games, have crazy good stats, and then he'll have a test game. This is his test game right now. This is Sam Darnold's test game. I love Sam Darnold for right now. Listen, as a Patriots fan, I loved him because, he would give us free wins. He'd just throw ghosts.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would love. I think this is where this game is really hard to decide because I could see either team winning this game, but I just think the Vikings are just playing such clean football. I think Sam Darnold has yet to just. Sam Darnold is currently the quarterback in the league with the most completions. Yes, the most completions. So I'm gonna take the Vikings here in a very close game, very high scoring. My final score is 33-35 Vikings.
I actually have Aaron Jones having a big game.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be interesting. I mean, they have the pieces on offense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, we got a rematch of an NFC playoff game years and years ago between the Eagles and the Saints. the Saints might be the hottest team in the NFL right now. They started off, win against the Panthers. Okay, you guys are going to come back down to earth. You guys play the Cowboys. Boom, pedal to the metal. Steamroll the Cowboys. Now they're playing the Eagles, who are coming off an embarrassing loss. The Eagles are just, they're that team where if you don't think they're going to win the game, they're not going to win the game. Like, they started off last year, and then when there was games where it was like, I don't know, this is going to be tough for them, they don't win. And I think that's just the culture in Philadelphia right now. They remind me a little bit of the Dolphins last year. Beat the good teams, or beat the bad teams, my apologies, and then you start playing some competition, and then it gets a little shaky.
Buffalo Bills.
But, yeah. I think New Orleans is going to win this game. I do. I think they're going to prove to a lot of people that they are legit, and this is the win to do it. And I think it's going to be another 2-possession game. I think this offense is really looking good right now. It really is. I think Chris Olave is going to step up, have a big game. Alvin Kamara is going to continue to have a big game. And Derek Carr is going to look like a Pro Bowler once again. Give me these Saints in this one, 28-17.
So, the Saints, like you said, so you know how the Rams were last year when they had Cooper Kupp, but they didn't have, like, this is when Puka Nacua started going off.
Yeah.
This is when they had Kyrie Williams go off. I feel like it's very similar with the Saints. Like, they're having Rashid finally go off. Like, I feel like they're getting these names that are actually competing. And I never thought I could say this, but I think the Saints will beat the Eagles in 2024.
Yeah.
27-13.
Oh, okay.
So this game right here, this is the Saints test, the real test for the Saints. This is a test game. I'm not throwing test out there, but the Saints, I don't know. They have yet to punt. They have yet to punt. So, and I think the Eagles do have a competent. I think this is where the Saints punt their first ball in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the Saints, though, but I think this is going to be a lot closer than you guys think. I think it's going to be a lot. I think there's going to be a high-scoring game. The Eagles were only one play away from winning that game yesterday. Saquon could not grip that ball. So I'm going to take the Saints here. I'm going to take the Saints. I'm telling you, this is going to be really high score. I'm going to take 45-40.
Oh,
I have
Saints.
a question for y'all.
Yeah.
I have a question for y'all.
Let's hear it.
Did you ever think Derek Carr was a top 10 quarterback?
At any point in his
2016.
career? Yeah, 2016. He might have been the top 5 quarterback then.
Okay.
Yeah, he was MVP.
After
candidate.
2016, do you think he was?
Never.
Never.
I don't
He
think
never
was
reached that
50.
after the injury.
He'd always
never
been
reached that
moderate, but
level.
that's the reason Vegas got rid of him because he wasn't cutting it. I mean, they made the playoffs that year. He
They-
might have been top
the
10.
Bengals Cinderella run. Yeah.
Yeah, that might have been. He might have been, but even then, that team was very defensive oriented.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's Jared Carr's one of those weird quarterbacks. He's kind of having a resurgence here after those really last 2 lackluster
Seen it
years.
back to back.
Yeah,
Happened.
I mean, he could make it happen.
and the Saints are paying him a lot of money, and I know
Yeah.
the Saints are the team in this league that are the biggest money they have the biggest money problems all the time. I don't know how the Saints do it. They end up paying these guys, and they're still in cap debt. They're still top 5 in dead cap right now. So, but the Saints are
Michael
getting it
Thomas.
done, and I'll be honest with you, that we're having resurgence here. This Saints is having a resurgence. They're the oldest team in the league,
Yeah.
age-wise. So I don't know what's kicking into these Saints. They're just
Saints go
they're
marching.
they're just
Mm.
rolling on the pedal to the metal. So yeah, but they do have some competition in their division, which we'll get to right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Broncos Bucks is the next game. Out of every rookie quarterback, I think it's safe to say Bo Nix has looked probably the worst. I mean, him and Caleb are sitting there tied, but Caleb has, I think, the worst offensive line in football. Bo Nix has this okay team around him, but I mean, Russell Wilson did so much better with this. I mean,
I
then again,
don't know.
Russell
I
Wilson
feel
and
like
Bo Nix.
Caleb Williams has a better offense in general.
Yeah, I mean, he does
than
have the
Bo
better
Nix.
offense, just not a good line. So I'm just like, in
That's
terms
fair.
of performance, Bo Nix is making really questionable throws. He has 1 touchdown to his name, and it's a rushing touchdown. They're taking on the Bucks this week that are 2-0, just beat the Lions, and have already beaten a rookie quarterback this year. There's no way Tampa Bay loses this game to me. Now, watch me say that, and then the Broncos come out here and Bo Nix legacy game. No, Buccaneers, pedal to the metal. This one's going to be probably one of the most one-sided games of the week, and it's going to be 33-6 Tampa Bay.
So I almost just want to put this as my upset game just because of how last week went with all the upsets that we've seen.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna just because there's no way.
I don't
just-
believe in Bo Nix. I
there
haven't
is
since he got drafted.
no
it
way.
made no sense. That
But
draft pick made no
that
sense.
it didn't. But I think it's gonna be like a 35-13 type game. The Bucks just look high power and they look like they actually I like Baker Mayfield. I don't know why the Browns ever got rid of him. In my opinion, he
Yeah.
never did bad. He brought them to the playoff. Like
Yeah, and they traded him for the diddler.
exactly.
Insane.
I just find that very silly. So yeah, I just think it's gonna be a 35-13 type game.
Well, these as someone who has been to a Bucks game, it was a preseason game, but man, their offense looks great. Baker Mayfield, he actually said some words about the Bryce Young situation. He says he's been there, and actually he's the best person to say because he was the Carolina Panthers quarterback for a little bit. But
Yeah.
man, these Bucks, man. Baker Mayfield, almost MVP caliber type quarterback. Chris Godwin looks great. Mike Evans looks great as usual. The defense stopping Detroit of all teams 6 different times in the red zone. That is absolutely
That's
insane.
Yeah, that's great.
So I'm going to take the Bucks, and I think the Bucks are going to blow the absolute water out this Broncos team.
All right.
I'm going to take the Bucks 35-10.
35-10. All right, so we all got the Bucks putting up at
Yeah.
least over 30. So we're going to turn up the tempo a little bit. We're still going to go into details about the game just a little bit quicker. Now we have the Malik Willis revenge game. Packers at Titans. Last week the Packers won a game I don't think anybody expected them to do against Indianapolis. Malik Willis is probably going to start this game again, but I know Jordan Love is making strides. This might be the last game we see Malik Willis play. And he's going to go against his former team, the team that got rid of him. And I think all he has to do is game manage. And Green Bay takes care of this one. Give me the Packers. I think it's going to be low scoring, but they're going to pull it out. 19-13.
So wow, that's actually kind of funny because I was gonna say 19-13,
Oh, yeah?
which is hilarious, and this is a game I don't even know. All right, I'm gonna say the Titans win this, and I think it's because Malik.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's because Malik is gonna make mistakes because he is facing his formal team. And with that, I'm going to think it's a 19-13, but Titans.
Okay.
This game, listen, I had
alert.
such high hopes on this Titans team. I don't know what they're doing. Will Levis is making some boneheaded decisions. They're mostly fumbles, not interceptions, fumbles.
In the clutch.
In the final,
Yeah.
their Titans need one score, right? And the Titans coach has shown his frustration that Will Levis is making these dumb decisions in crunch time. So I don't think Will Levis is bad. He's just not making great decisions when the decision does not need to happen. But I'm going to take the Titans to win this game. This game's going to be close. I'm going to say 20-17. I think Malik Willis is not going to do great, but I'm going to take the Titans here.
All right. Up next, we got the Battle of the Bandits. Giants at Browns. Battle of the quarterbacks who are getting paid way more than they deserve. Deshaun Watson had an okay little bounce back week last week, but they were playing the Jaguars who, take a rifle, point it at their foot, and then just keep their hand on that trigger until it's over. They're playing the Giants, who is the epitome of what I just said as a football franchise. This game is going to be the snooze fest of the week. The Giants might put up 20 points, but the Browns are going to put up more. Browns 27-13. This game does not interest me in the slightest.
Okay, first things first. If anyone's watching this game, I'm ashamed of you. That's all I'm going to say. Second of all, I think Malik Neighbors is going to at least score another touchdown. He looks promising. Even when Daniel Jones overthrows him about 30 yards, he'll somehow get to it. I think the Browns are going to win this, and it's going to be like a 21-17 game.
Okay.
So the Giants and Browns, this game's. Yeah, I agree with Richie here. I think the Browns are gonna they're not gonna win by a lot, but they're gonna it's gonna be like a game where the Browns are just controlling the game. So I'm just think the Browns are gonna win. I don't think the Giants are capable, except against the Commanders, putting up over 10 points. So I'm gonna say 10-24 Browns. But by the way, there is a game coming up when Germany happens. It's Giants and Panthers. That's gonna be.
Yeah, that's.
That might be the most difficult game to decide a winner on, in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there,
we'll
guys.
get there.
We do not want to anticipate that one. Up next, we have the Bears at Colts. So, Anthony Richardson had a very underwhelming week last week in Green Bay. This week, they're playing the Bears. The Bears' defense is no joke either. they're solid, and then they have all the weapons on offense. But this week, I'm gonna take the Colts to win this game, but I think Caleb Williams is gonna be the first rookie quarterback to throw a touchdown, and he's gonna do it in this game. Well, I think Washington. I think Lance will throw one. Lance, oh my goodness, Daniels is gonna throw one as well. But I think the Colts are gonna take this one. I like their offense. I think they're gonna bounce back. It's just off week for Richardson. He'll come back and put up 20 points on the Bears' head. 20-17, game-winning field goal for Indy.
So, dang, okay. I have the Colts winning. I think the Bears haven't shown enough to me yet. And I think Caleb Williams will score the first touchdown as the rookies progress. But with that being said, I think the Colts, this is Anthony Richardson's startup. First 2 weeks, okay, we'll let it slide. This is where you need to show that you're a franchise quarterback and it starts now. And I feel like it's going to be a 21-10.
21-10? Okay.
Yeah.
Now I love Anthony Richardson. I have him on fantasy, but man, gosh darn it, man. Last week got me upset, but I think this is Richardson's. Richardson's going to put up tons of points. I know the Bears' defense is good, but they played the Titans, who like to just to toss up the ball in the air and hope for the best. So I'm going to take the Colts here, and I think this is going to be this game is going to be a little medium scoring. I'm going to take Colts 22-28.
All right. Up next, we have the Panthers at Raiders. The Raiders pulled off one of the biggest upsets of the week last week, and the Panthers are being led by Andy Dalton. I think it's the first time. He played last year. He played some games last year.
Mm-hmm.
This game, not much to talk about. We did a whole episode of what seems like on Carolina yesterday and their dysfunction. The Raiders are flowing right now. That defensive line is one of the best in the league. I miss you, Christian Wilkins. Please come home. Raiders are going to win this game. Fairly one-sided, 33-16. The offense is going to look better. I think Carolina's offense is going to look a little bit better, but still not enough to hang with Vegas. 33-16.
First things first, don't come back, Christian Wilkins. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, the Raiders did cause the biggest upset, and I also think, with that being said, they're going to win again. The Panthers, I actually think they're going to look worse. It's going to cause more mayhem, and I think that's because Bryce Young's a better quarterback. That's just what I have to think, and I think it's going to be, 23-17.
Man, having the Panthers score 17 points is a little bold, but Andy Dalton. I think they're gonna do. I agree with you. I think they're gonna look a tad bit better because Andy Dalton's just got that veteran presence around him. He's the guy. He's been there a little bit longer, but Randy Dalton has not been good since 2018. So
when he brought us to the playoffs.
Yeah, brought the Bills to the playoffs.
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah, he brought the Bills to the playoffs.
So we got an all-three sweep for the Raiders.
I think I'm going to take the Raiders. I'm going to take the Raiders 20-6. Actually.
Oh, wow, no touchdowns.
Yeah.
All right, this week the Dolphins are back, post everything with Tua, and they're taking on the Seattle Seahawks. All right. Skylar Thompson is going to play the 2 quarters of football, and it's going to be terrible. And then Mike McDaniel is going to be like, all right, let's take this guy out. He has 16 passing yards in this first half. Tyler Snoop Huntley is going to come in, and he's going to lead the Dolphins to a victory. They're going to be like, oh, my goodness. It's not going to be great. I think it's going to be a little bit low scoring as long as the defense is able to check in. Seattle has a lot of injuries heading into this week. A lot of guys not participating in practice. DK didn't practice. A lot of pieces on that offense. They're just not fully healthy. And I think the Dolphins are going to slightly take it 17-14 Miami.
That is very impressive that you think the Dolphins are going to put up 17 points.
Hey, Devon A-Chain can make magic happen. Devon A-Chain is that guy.
Okay,
See, look, Devon A-Chain hype train is getting to him.
First of all, the Seahawks are going to win. There's no way. If the Dolphins win, I will wear a Dolphins jersey.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I will wear. That's how confident
Fair
I
enough.
am. I feel like Mike McDaniels, if he made the mistakes he did in the Bills game, he is not going to take Skylar Thompson out. And with that being said, I feel like Skylar Thompson is going to look like Daniel Jones, probably 2 interceptions. And I feel like the Seahawks are going to win 21-10.
Wow. Actually, for the first time in a while, This might be recency bias, but I think the Dolphins are going to win this game. Only because the Seahawks beat my team in a very... I hate losing in overtime. That's the worst way to lose in overtime. You played such a good game, but you just can't capitalize.
AFC East Championship? I mean, AFC Championship?
You know, just like, I'm going to take the Dolphins, and I think this game is going to be like just an absolute turnover fest for both teams.
You know that I wouldn't be surprised at.
Yeah. So I'm going to take the Dolphins in a 13-7 victory.
Hey, if our defense can hold anyone to 7 points, I will be.
And that guy is Geno Smith. Geno Smith.
I don't know.
I don't think Geno Smith is the.
Did you know that our third string running back toasted Jalen Ramsey? Ty Johnson, who used to be a Jet.
Hey, Jalen Ramsey, he was off. He was just having an off night. He'll be back. Off season, money's gonna hit and he'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
This game is actually one of my most interesting in the week, and it's between two teams that don't have winning records.
Should be good.
0-2, 1-1. Ravens at Cowboys in Dallas. I think this is gonna be one where the Ravens get their win. They should have won last week. Just tough defensive line. Dallas is tough, but I think this is the game where they crack. I like Lamar Jackson a lot. I think they're going to get this one done. Isaiah Likely's going to have a solid game. It's going to be high scoring, too. Give me the Ravens 34, Cowboys 20.
I want to say Ravens. I was so close to picking the Ravens when I was checking this out.
Mm-hmm.
But did you see how badly the Cowboys lost? You don't think this is going to be a game where they're going to be like, we have to show something, or like Jerry Jones is going to fire all of us pretty much? I have to have, I'm just choosing the Cowboys to win this just because it was so pathetic how badly they lost, in my opinion. So with that being said, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I have a 35-27 win, Cowboys.
All
right, and for this game, I think the Ravens are going to get the first win. The Cowboys, I know they're regular season, they're really good regular season, but I think the Cowboys will just. I don't think they'll have a losing record.
The Cowboys.
They won't hit 1-3. I don't know who they play though, but I think the Cowboys hit 1-2 first. I think this is gonna be the first time the Cowboys had a losing record in Week 3 in a while. Yeah. So I'm gonna say that the Ravens win this game. I don't think it's gonna be a close game. I'm gonna say 33-27 Ravens.
Okay, that's gonna be a fun one. All right, we're kind of wrapping it up. We're getting close to the end. We have 2 Monday games. Before that, 3 games left on Sunday. Let's kind of get through these just a little bit quicker. Lions at Cardinals. This one's actually interesting, but I don't think the Lions are going to drop 2 in a row. The Cardinals look hot right now. It's just they unfortunately have a rough schedule to start the year, or else they would look like a playoff team right away. Mm-hmm. They're playing really good. First 2 games were against teams. First 3 games, I guess, are going to be from teams that were in the playoffs last year. But I think they're going to go ahead and lose this one to Detroit. The Lions are going to get a good bounce-back game. Good running game, for sure.
I have an overtime game on this one. I think it's going to be tied pretty much in overtime, and the Cardinals win by a field goal.
Wow.
I have it being, 35-31. All right, that's 4 points.
Yeah.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant.
I had his prediction, but this is a little bold to me. The payout was too great, guys. I'm taking a tie here. Wow. I really think so.
That's crazy. These 2 teams played in Week 1, 2018, and that game ended in a tie. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, and I just think this game just screams tie. I don't know why. It's gonna. I think they're gonna be really slow in the beginning, but get hot in the start. But I think there's gonna be a tie, and then no one pulls it out because NFL's weird about ties. I don't know why. It's gonna mess up rankings and power rankings.
Elgin, if this game is a tie, I'll wear a Patriots jersey. He'll wear a Dolphins jersey, and then you get to laugh at us.
All right.
Whole broadcast.
Okay, and if I lose, I just lose the bet. Okay.
Fair enough. All right.
So I'm gonna take the Lions Cards tie. This is our first tie prediction on this show.
History.
So that's history in the making. Lions Cards a tie, 20-20.
Up next, we have a division game. 49ers at Rams. Both teams that kind of looked a little rough last week. The injury bug is bitten.
Mm-hmm.
Debo's going to be out a couple games. The Rams are going to be without Cooper and Puka. This might not be the most entertaining of games. With that being said,
out on the
no CMC. But that's okay because Jordan Mason is going to run for over 150 yards again.
CMC.
And they're going to beat the Rams. Give me the 49ers in a one-sided game, 22-10. Stafford's going to look rough again.
Yes, I agree. I think the 49ers... Oh, that hurt. I think the 49ers are going to win that game. It's going to be a Jordan Mason game again. I agree. The offensive line last week They looked a little iffy, but I think this game they're going to fix it back. He's going to be back to CMC-like numbers, and I think it's going to be 21-13.
21-13.
I'm gonna say 22-10 as like you, but I'm gonna take the Niners. I think the Rams are currently bitten with the injury bug. They have the most injuries right now in the NFL, so I'm gonna take the 49ers, and the 49ers are getting bit by the injury bug as well. So I'm gonna take the 49ers here, 22-10.
All right. Up next, Sunday Night Football, Chiefs at Falcons. Upset of the week, the Atlanta Falcons pull this game out. They're going to win this game. Kirk Cousins shown that he could win on primetime. This game is going to be in Atlanta again. Yeah, I just like what's going on with the Falcons right now. We predicted them. I know I did to say they'd be an NFC Championship game team. They're playing the Chiefs. The Chiefs are good, of course. They're great. But I think they're playing a team with just a little bit more grit than they have right now. Give me the Falcons, 24-31.
Third things, first of all, it's at Atlanta, which means no bias referees or officials.
No pans up to Taylor Swift every time Travis Kelce catches a football.
Second of all, I think this is the upset alert, like you said. We need to have little something coming down, Upset, sorry.
You're all good.
And then third of all, Drake London legacy game.
Okay.
Calling it right now. I think it's going to be a 35-27 again.
All right.
Now, here's the thing. Speaking of that Travis Kelce hasn't caught many passes this season. I have him in fantasy, and goodness gracious.
Second round pick. Come on, Travis.
But to be fair, I've been in for me.
So I'm going to take the Falcons here. I'm going to take the Falcons here in a 24-20 victory. I think the Chiefs they're good, but I just think the Falcons just came off a really hot win, so they're starting their momentum. I think Kirk Cousins is going to win this game 24-20.
24-20. All right. So that's it for the Sunday slate. 2 games on Monday night.
Game.
Jags at Bills. I didn't even know this was a game. All right. Yeah, Jacksonville, what's going on right there? They look really dysfunctional, and they're kind of getting to a point where Doug Peterson might be on the hot seat after this year. And I don't like that because I like Doug Peterson as a coach. They're in Buffalo this week. Yeah, Buffalo's red hot right now. Another legacy game. This time, James Cook is going to do it again. And the Bills are going to win this game 31-10.
So
just like was that the same score when they played us?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, history will repeat itself.
That's kind of funny. I think it's going to be actually more of a spread out type game. I think Josh Allen's going to just pass it, spread the ball out. I think your boy that you're wearing right now is going to, get some catches.
Hopefully, I have him in fantasy, so.
And I think we're going to put up 35 on them. I 13. Maybe they'll put up. I think they'll put up 13. I don't know what to think with this Jags team. It's so just I don't know. I just don't know. So I think it's gonna be a 35-13 Buffalo Bills.
I think this is the Jags bounce back game, but they're not winning this game. I have the Bills winning, but I think it's gonna be a lot closer. Because the Jags, they look pretty bad so far these last few weeks. So I'm gonna take the Bills here, but I'm gonna take a 24-23 victory. I think the Jags kind of bounce back in this game, but they're just not there yet.
I mean, guys, we do remember Jacksonville is usually the team that gives Buffalo the most trouble every time they play them. They beat you guys 6-0
every time. So the total record right now is 10-9. So they've beat us 10 and we've beat them 9 times.
Yeah, but I'm saying as of lately, they beat you guys last year.
Yeah.
They usually know how to keep it up. They do pretty well. So I mean, that's definitely something to keep in mind. But Jacksonville is just not the same Jags team this year.
I'm making an early prediction. If the Bills make the first seed, I'll jump through a table on video.
Let's do it. Let's get them all out the way. Up next is the final game of the week, the Commanders at Bengals. Guys, this is a sneaky little prediction. I think this is going to be the game of the week. I think Trey Lance is... Why do I keep calling him Trey Lance? I think Jaden Daniels... I'm getting the number 2 overall quarterbacks mixed up. Jaden Daniels is going to play really well, and he's going to prove why he was a first-round draft pick. I think he's going to have the best week out of any rookie quarterback. I think he's going to almost throw 300 yards. It's going to be a back-and-forth game, 279, maybe 280, 2 touchdowns for Trey Lance, and a game-winning drive. I apologize, Jaden Daniels. Why do I keep doing this? Jaden Daniels is going to have a great game, and he's going to put up his first ever game-winning drive, or his second game-winning drive, because he had one last week. And they're going to beat the Bengals again, 30-28, your final score.
Man, I feel like you're having the Tua-ism right now.
The Tua-ism?
The Tua-ism. Running through defenders, now this. You can
No, man.
Trey Lance? No.
I believe.
Isn't he the backup for the Cowboys right now?
Yeah, you guys know what I mean.
I know you're wearing the Bills jersey, but us Bills are kind of, smart. At least we make our predictions right. I think it's going to be a pretty good game. I think the Bengals are going to have a better game than what they have had. Even though the Chiefs game was good, I think it's going to be like more of like a team this week coming up. And I feel like it's going to be 27-13 Bengals.
No, I heard something that Richie said. He said this was a sneaky game of the week. I actually kind of agree with that, but I don't think it is going to be a game of the week. But I think it's going to be a great game. We're having our first Monday night header, and usually I don't know if you guys know. Usually Monday night headers either are really bad or like absolutely amazing football. Yeah. I'm probably going to go out to go see these two games because I got both fantasy players in all four teams actually. So I'm going to take the Bengals. And I'm going to think the Bengals are going to get their first win here.
Yeah.
The Bengals just need a win right now, and I think it's almost post September time. This is the game they get their first win. I'm taking the Bengals. I'm taking the Bengals 28-24.
Okay.
Go
Yeah,
Bills.
I think this is gonna be the last loss for Cincinnati for a while. I think they're start 0-3, and then maybe rattle off 7-8 in a row, because that's just the kind of stuff they would do. And yeah, I think this is the game that's gonna raise a lot of concern in Cincinnati. Oh my gosh, Joe Burrow, and then they come back and win the next game. I just don't. For some reason, I have a weird vision that Jaden Daniels is going to have a really good game this week. So, all right, I got it right. So that's going to do it for us, you guys. Be sure to catch all the games on
Remember this jersey,
Thursday night,
guys.
tonight, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. And also, just a little promo on Friday night here at Lake Howell High School. Me and yours truly, Elgin Lopez, will be doing commentary for the Lake Howell versus Harmony game. So be sure to catch that on YouTube, same channel.
For the Bills.
Yep.
Won't be there.
He's not going to be there. He's going to be trying out for tight end. You need to be trying out for O-line for, like, the Ravens.
Nah, but I like the Bills. So,
fair enough. All right, thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you guys next week.
Go Bills.
Recap all the games. Go Fins.
Zoom in. Legacy game.
What is his legacy?
Legacy game for Mac Jones.
What is his legacy? Throwing picks?
Knicks were in 2008, and we're not. We suck. We suck. Genuinely, we're garbage. We are trash. It's fraudulent. Fraudulent.
Supposed to be Lamar last week. It could have been so